So today is the next day of our van build series, and we're just getting started, but you can see we already put some sound deadening down in the front of our sprinter, and today we're gonna complete the rest and put the kill mat down. As you can see, we put it over the wheel wells as well. That makes a huge difference when you tap on one versus the other, the one that's already partially done and then the other one who has nothing on it. Makes a huge difference. It's pretty time consuming to do it, but at the same time, I mean, you only have to do it once, and it's another barrier of insulation for sound, and it also helps a little bit with temperatures. Alright, so when you tap on these wheel wells, I mean, really, when you do a van, take your time to complete it, because it really makes such a big difference. I don't know if you guys can hear it on the video the way I can hear it here, but it makes a huge difference. So always make sure you put sound deadening down. People complain about the weight sometimes in videos I've seen on YouTube. They go like, oh, but you know, one box is like 16 pounds. I get it. We started on the Sprinter 3500 XD, which we can have quite a bit of payload. It's a dually, so I'm not really too much concerned about the weight. I'm more, you know, this build, I want to do it right. As you all know, we have a Winnebago era. We've been traveling with that Sprinter. We've had great times with it, but we've also seen where we would do things different if we would do a build, and insulation was one of the things that we definitely were lacking in that Winnebago era, and that we are going to do different in our custom Sprinter. So here are the tools we're needing for this. So you need your butyl tape, then a heat gun. We got some screwdrivers here and ratchet to tighten the nuts, and then some pliers, and of course these prying tools. They're plastic, so we don't, you know, mess up the paint on top of the roof of the Sprinter. And we have a knife, and then of course we have the roof rails, and we have the Sprinter. So we're gonna get started. Good morning, everybody. So yesterday we finished off the kill mat on the floor in our Sprinter, and we also put some on the walls already, so we're gonna finish the rest of that later today, maybe tomorrow, the ceiling, and then the kill mat on the walls. And then we plan on doing some insulation, the RMax insulation board on the ceiling tomorrow. But for today we're going to install the roof rails, because our awning is coming in about 2 weeks, And we went for the OEM roof rails. We ordered them through the Mercedes dealership, and for a 170 extended like this one, it ran us about, I would say, $521. Alright, so we got the first roof rail done, and now we're gonna do this side. With the OEM roof rails, everything fits, everything works out perfect, so it's really good. And we're gonna get going with the second one. It's really not a big deal. So what we did is with a heat gun, we heated up all the plugs, and then with a plastic prying tool, we pried everything out. And then we covered the holes with butyl tape. And then basically, you slide the roof rails together. The OEM roof rails come in 2 pieces. And now we're basically going to put them in the holes, and then we're going to go inside the van, tighten them up with the nuts, and we're done. So now it's basically the easy part of it. The roof rails, the bolts are sticking through the roof, and you can see they're covered in butyl tape, which means it's going to be nice and watertight. So we remove the excess of the butyl tape, and then we're going to tighten those nuts, and then basically that'll be the end of it. So easy enough. I mean, I've never done this before, and I really did not have any problems. It was smooth and easy. We're going to put in our outdoor shower. We learned on our previous van that this is amazing, especially when you go to the beach. All you need to do is plug in a hose, open it up, and you can, hose yourself down after a beach day, or use it as a full-blown shower. It's also something that is very easy to winterize. If you would go to cold areas, you can very easily winterize just this part and still be able to use the rest of your plumbing. So we're going to put that in, and I already measured it, but let's go see how we do it and how we cut the hole in the van. So as you can see, we already have measured it all out, and this is it. So basically, this is the outside of the shower. This is going to be visible. It connects with a bunch of screws right here, and then these are the dimensions of the hole we're going to cut, and then this overlaps, and then we're going to put butyl tape around here, and then we're going to silicone this up with clear coat silicone, so it's easy to maintain, and you don't see it anymore. So it's going to be really good. We're going to drill a hole. We already taped everything off to not damage the paintwork. I'm going to also tape off my saw on the bottom, and then we're going to get going. Alright, so we're going to drill holes in the corners, and then so that we can get in there with our jigsaw and then jigsaw it all out. It's raining in the Sunshine State, but it should stop within an hour or so. Anyway, we're gonna cut You know what? I'm gonna wait till it's done raining. This morning, our batteries died, so we couldn't. But I finished the outdoor shower anyways. After cutting the hole in the van, we just put butyl tape on the back, and then screwed everything in there, and then siliconed it up with a black silicone to match the van. Now everything you can see is right there, and the connections are on the inside, so that'll make it easier for us to connect everything afterwards. I chose to do this before the installation. Everything was in, that way everything is readily accessible for us to hook everything up. As you can see, we already have a couple of beams that we have ready, and now we have 3 more to go today, and we're gonna do that now, and then the fan, and then hopefully we're gonna install the outdoor porch lights today, and then if we have time left, I'm gonna start insulating, finishing the kill mat, and that's done. And then we can check off a whole bunch of boxes this weekend, and we'll be ready for another week. So today is MaxxFan install day, and let's see what all we have and what we need to complete this install. Alright, so here's what we have. We have our little helper, Lily. And then we have, of course, our MaxxFan and the flange for the MaxxFan. Then the adapter we ordered off of eBay. 3M adhesive sealant, Fast Cure 4200 for to put it on the roof. We made a 2x2 frame that we're gonna mount underneath for extra support, and then of course butyl tape. And I've already hung our plastic bag from our fan over there to catch all the metal shavings, so we don't have a lot of cleanup afterwards. All right, so we're on the top of our Sprinter van, and I thought this was gonna get easier for some reason to cut a hole in the roof after we installed the outdoor shower yesterday, and we cut a hole in the side of the van. That worked out just fine. It doesn't get easier. Buying a $60,000 vehicle brand new and starting to cut holes in it is so against my nature, but it's the only way to get a vent fan and to get an air conditioner, which is gonna go in the back, and we're gonna install that one later. But I'm not gonna do a full video of the install. There's so many online already. I just wanted to show you what we did. So we bought this off of eBay. This is the adapter. This has the little thing in it that goes over the bumps on the roof. And then so we measured everything down and we covered it with tape, and then we're gonna start drilling the pilot holes and then saw everything out, and then hopefully we'll have a fan by the end of the day. All right, so this is it. So we taped this off, we've outlined it, and then we drilled our 4 pilot holes already. So this is where we're going to start sawing in a minute. And then hopefully then we're going to scuff up the edges a little bit with like one of those green pads, about 1/2 inch, scuff it up, and then we're going to put the 3M sealant on that and put that on there, clamp it down for a little bit, let it cure. Meanwhile, we're going to paint and file everything first, then paint it with Rust-Oleum, then put that on there, let it cure, go down for a little bit, and then we'll be back up top for the rest of it. So this is the board that we're using. It's half-inch thick, and then if you double them up, then you get to an inch thick, which should get us close to an R6 value. So this is the one we're going to use in the van on for the ceilings, and then we're going to put some Reflectix on top of that. Good morning, this is Stan with Florida Family Travels, and this is my helper Lily. Today we're going to finish up the insulation on the van, on the top, the ceiling, and then so we're putting the R-Max R-mat down. We doubled it up 2.5 inch panels, and then we're going to put some Reflectix on top of it, and we're going to run our wiring in between that barrier. On top of that, we're going to put plywood, and then of course the slats of poplar. So stay tuned, and it's going to be awesome. You can already feel on a hot day when the sun is beaming on the ceiling. It makes already a huge difference, you know, in terms of heat in the van. So I'm excited to see how this is going to work out. Are you excited?
Yes. So let's get started building on the fan.
Yeah. Okay, so today we're going to finish the insulation boards. We're using the R-Mat R-Max boards. Unfortunately in Florida we can't get the R6 ones, the 1 inch thick ones. So we're using half-inch thick, and we're gluing them together to get the 1 inch. And I must say it worked out very well. So we just have to do one more panel in the front, and then the one panel here in the back. Good morning everybody, this is Stan with Florida Family Travels, and as you guys know, we sold our previous van, our Winnebago Era, to two fantastic people out of Maryland, and we are now, we started the build a couple of weeks ago on our new Sprinter 3500 XD, where we're going to build our new tiny home to cross the United States with. Hopefully next year we're going to Europe with it, we'll see, but this is where we are so far.